As I think it's going to be the LeBlanc we talked about. This is just vintage D+ Gia. They just get to play like this all the time, and nobody stops them. Like, am I the only one who looked up these drafts before this series? Or did Breon look it up too and they decided to make these choices? Okay, hold on.
Stay a bit objective about it. But if we look at it, I'm kind of like pretty happy with what Bro have, just on a fundamental level, if they can keep the game slow.
Yeah.
About a wave ahead is the LeBlanc right now, but the Azir not going to be too worried about it. There's Deft going in. There's the Polymorph as he's very, very low. A lot of summoner spells being blown here. Kellen throws out his heal in exchange for the barrier heal from the bottom lane of Bro.
That was a really nice Q from Deft, but he has to be careful now. Umpty's seen.
Yeah. Bubble not quite going to land there. All right, Cannon needs to be a little bit careful here. The grass proc going to help him get a little bit more healthy, but does need to be somewhat careful. He's got some biscuits if you'd like to snack on those, but I don't know whether they're going to be helping him all that much if this continues to go the way that it is.
Yeah. A little bit surprised that he hasn't been able to hit any major riposts on those. Good shields from effort here in these type of extended trades. The Drake going over here for D+. Oh, hold up.
Yeah, there's the ult from Henna. Tidal Wave goes entirely wide. There's the flash. Deft gonna get solo killed by Henna. The Wild Growth gets the knock-up, and I think this is the double. We might need to certify it, Wolf.
I think we will. 2 kills to Henna here. D+ on the top side of the map grabbing a Herald, but Deft just gets outplayed here. The flash forward from Henna is great. Effort gets the follow-up knock-up onto Kellen, and that was super clean. And, I mean, you get the Drake here as D+, but you got it very late. Now the Zeri is super accelerated, picking up tons of money here.
Bro, thinking about just starting a Baron. As there's a teleport, they are hard committing. Canna has his teleport available. The Drake is going to be taken. They need to burst this down. Deft already here. 50% health on this Baron as D+ here a little bit late on this one. It's Effort going to get double tapped, but not going to go down just yet. But they're splitting up the fight. Showmaker, he dives in. Umpty, he's kept on the leash, and it is going to be the Baron secured by Breon. Can they get out though? Is the question, because Henna's going to go down, and now Morgan is running for the hills. No one can survive. Karras will be interrupted. He's over the wall with the lunge, and I think it may just be Effort that lives with this Baron, but maybe Bro can make something work with it, Wolf. And D+ Kia can play accordingly, right?
Yeah.
This is what we're talking about. They can split the map and make things difficult for Bro.
It's a 2-threat comp. You know, often these Lucian comps have something like an Azir with them.
Well, there's the culling, as Morgan is just going to walk very quickly at him. LeBlanc, she's being so frustrating. As, all right, in goes Showmaker, they dive forward. There's the Empress Divide onto Deft. He can't get over the wall, and they wipe him out. The bottom lane is just dead. But can they actually get any more done? Because this can get a little bit dicey. They're all inside the pit as there's the flash over. Showmaker says goodnight to Karras. And now Morgan's trying to chase after. Yeah, the Drake is going to go over. But can they get out safely is the question. Man, I thought that should have been much better for Bro. But they stopped the dragon stacking. That'll be back up relatively soon. Doesn't need it in a team fight so much.
Now you have 3 items as Bro. Now is your go time. You cannot waste any more time here. Kana is going to push that inner turret, and he has TP. So finally we're on this Baron with the Zeri on 3 items. But this is your last chance, Breon. Better hope this turn is good.
Yeah, they're going to try and burst it down. Kana does want to be able to get in here. Showmaker dives forward. That was massive. And they managed to catch the Nami. Okay, Henna's going to be able to get that first kill as now Showmaker looks for Karras. He goes down extremely low but gets back over the wall, and now Deft is fighting behind his front line. He loves doing this as Morgan able to set up into position, and the Baron is still alive. They got the TP from Canna. That is the main thing, as Karras is going to survive. There's the flash out from Showmaker as now Deft dashes away from the extendo beam. They know just how dangerous this Zeri is.
They got to be decisive. They're not chasing Deft. They're letting Showmaker get away here.
And Breon don't want to give it up. They want to try and make this play, but Hextech Soul is absolutely huge here for DK. As Canyon's going to come on over yet again. I've seen this play before, Wolf. I've seen this one. As they do manage to get that Soul, Karras goes down. It's another Baron for Breon, but what does it mean? Are they able to actually win? Is Henna? He does push that ult button, but he's still going to go down to Showmaker, who uses his entire health bar to try and stay alive.
Oh, so close, but yet so far once again here for Breon. And they're just going to take out Effort here cleanly. And that is that. They can push the end here.
Yeah, Morgan does have a Baron, So the minions that are be spawning out of this Nexus are at least going to be buffed with the purple stuff, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. As D+, they've just been using this Baron to bait, and the Hextech Soul, man, like it really did. You saw it just leaping around the battlefield in that Thunderdome, which was quite exactly that. And Morgan, yeah, he's going to try and pull these minions, but it's just not going to be enough. They're taking a lot of damage. But now the Nexus will fall, and bro, they tried so hard. They got so far, but in the end, D+ Kia won the game. And it could have been a little bit better, but that is what D+ Kia's composition was all about. They could have side laned, I think, a little bit better this game, but you did see where the power lied, right? Like that 4-1 style.
And it's the kind of late game damage you're going to rely on in this composition very much heavily. You've got a good front line, and Henna, his Lucian, his most played, we've talked about it so much, is Talia here to try to set up some of these engages, right, and cut team fights in half.
Towards the rift, as Henna is already taking a lot of damage, but he'll be fine.
Yeah, same to be true of Canyon, but he'll be all fine as well.
Look at that, just getting wards in your own jungle on your red buff.
Just gotta make sure you got the info.
Is,
unsurprisingly, to most who've been following the season, his first time playing it in 2023.
Yeah, Kara's just going to walk at Showmaker and be pretty psyched about the whole situation, as we can see. Threaded volley comes back off cooldown. Kara's only hit by a little bit.
It's well played here from Karas, getting that aggressive trading early. Like, Showmaker went for first strike here, so...
that Jonas Strong is... Showmaker continues to have a bit of trouble, and Umpty's only going to make this issue worse. As he gets over, Karas underneath that turret. There are the rocks. Seismic Shove going to be avoided as Showmaker picks up first blood. It's a disaster for Bro. Oh no, teleport's available for both of these mid laners as well, so it's just extra money going over to the Talia. Straight towards a Ruby Crystal. You love to see it, as we're going to see this from Showmaker's perspective.
How quickly he reacts here. The shove misses, but Showmaker flashes, has just enough damage.
No flash.
No flash.
Absolutely. He also doesn't have flash, but it certainly has been a little bit dicey. All right, good little bubble onto Kellen there, who takes a lot of damage, but stands his ground. Red-white guns here for Deft. Umpty moving over as well, taking some poke damage as Showmaker throwing rocks around. Canyon dives in. There's the Cyclone. Wild Growth comes through, cease and assist. Onto, oh my goodness, the amount of damage as Umpty's trying to get in on top of Deft as the Realm Warp comes on over. Karas looks like he's caught Showmaker, but he goes golden at exactly the right time. The bubble is flashed absolutely beautifully in the Seismic Shove. Cleans up the Nami, and now there's a huge crocodile in front of the Rise. He wants another stun, but he's not going to get it. As Morgan, yeah, he's at full health, but not a whole lot is going to come of it. As, yeah, puts down the wine barrel. Well, speaking of which, there is the Weave as well, going to be used to move towards this mid lane. A lot of damage there. Seismic Shove going to move Shirley away as well. As Deft grabs himself the long-range weaponry. He's going to be feeling real good about that as Canna is seen on the flank, but that is a charge denied. Showmaker gives them the old Teemo thumbs up. There's Canyon moving real fast. There's a Shirelius as they've got on top of him. Cease and desist, and there goes Effort. The cast comes in, but doesn't really do too much, and Canna is going to go golden. It's a double kill as I think Dominus just picked that one up.
Yep, all right. Burning him down while he's in Zonia's, or rather stopwatch, and this is what I'm talking about. Kana, they don't know where he is. There's no teleport wards. Ever pulling the trigger. It's a great play from Kana. Like, he has stopwatch. This is a zero-risk play. Zero-risk play. Yeah. And if they turn onto him, maybe this gets to a little bit dicey. Maybe he has to stopwatch early. Maybe you actually force the Renekton to flash out and then win that fight before. But I don't want to call this one all locked up. But I mean, Brion aren't even anywhere close.
Well, Canna is just going to use this engage from Bro to head on in himself. There's Effort. Yeah, he's in a rough spot. Oh, the threaded volley. It looked like the empowered one, but it was just the regular one, Wolf. It's crazy. As Canna is going to go into his GA. The slows are coming out as the Aqua Prison goes wide. Canyon looking for that backline as Henna. Oh no, he's being corralled. And Morgan and the Lucian in a bunch of trouble as Showmaker going to accidentally kill the Lucian. There we go. That's the state of this game right now.
And then purposefully gonna kill this Gragas.
Yeah, there it is.
Right?
Oh, okay, never mind. It's gonna take a bit of time as Canyon eventually gets on top of him. As Umpty looking for Canyon. Karas going to come through as well. Is he able to kill him? And the answer is yes. A little bit of a silly maneuver from Canna, but that's fine. He's just feeling himself, having a good time, hoping that Deft gets there quickly enough.
This bottom inhibitor is not long for this world.
Crown, but I'm not going to say anything bad about Crowns, as we're going to have a look at this from Canna's perspective, as I don't think he knew that there was a sneaky little Rise waiting around the corner.
He pushed Rise away by himself before that.
In the meantime, Canyon's going to go golden. Tidal Wave coming through, but there's a wall as well, and Umpty is just taken away from his team. Showmaker is going to throw rocks at him, and that is exactly what a monkey does not like. As D+ Kia, they get rid of the jungler, and they're going to continue pushing forward with the remaining seconds of this Baron.
You could just push anybody bottom and turn this into a double play here. Going to be the first inhibitor going down in mid. Pushing top is Canyon.
Yeah, we're pushing Vi.
They're just going to rotate over to the Vi because they haven't cleared vision perfectly, I don't think, just yet, or at least they don't feel like they have enough secure vision here with teleports up for Karis.
D+ Kia also have 5 people with way more money, and so they're just going to come through and start this fight. Canyon looking for that flank angle as Canna is just absolutely gigantic. Already Karis has done a fair bit of damage, but look at Deft's health bar. He's got so much shielding.
The minions will help win the game here too, so D+ could just play this very slowly.
Yeah, they just can keep it aggroed for as long as they feel like as well. I think Deft is happy to tank it forever, as he's got a Bloodthirster as well as that massive amount of overshielding. As Henna puts a full culling into Canna, and Canna doesn't even seem to mind as the wall is going to be set up. Okay, Tidal Wave is decent, as now D+ Kia, they dive on forward. My God, what was that? The Moonlight Vigil and the huge damage from Canna there as well. They ace them in a matter of seconds. That's the Elder, and that is going to be game, ladies and gentlemen. Much cleaner from D+ Kia. This is what we expected from this team coming in. And yeah, they made that look completely unfair.
Very one-sided affair here as Conidus comes in, and instantly everyone turns on him. He doesn't even have his GA up, but he's got a Gore Drinker. He goes from like 1/4 health to 3/4 health, instantly gets half his health bar back. D+ coming back here in a big way.
Oh, but we like made all these adjustments, made all these changes, and we're playing so much better, but like, where was Bro, right? Like, where was the team to actually answer it? So
thank you very much, guys. Here joined by the solo laners on the side of D+ Kia, Showmaker and Kana for the PUG interview. You guys are now on the 4th place of the LCK Spring Split. And Showmaker, you were the unanimous PUG in Game 1. How do you feel about that? Today's match, was the last one of the first round, so it was really important. I'm so glad that we were able to get this win. Yeah, exactly the same, We were playing our last game of the first round, and the one that the last laugh is the real winner. So we tried so hard to, be the one winning the last match of the first round, especially considering the standings. So I'm so glad that we were able to get this win in the end. Hana, how was playing up against Morgan? Because that was the key player matchup. I think you were able to pop off on the top lane. How was your top lane matchup up against Morgan today? I think game 2 I played, well, but I think it just went as everyone would have expected, based on the champion matchup. In game 1, well, I don't think I did that well. I got carried, to be honest. So even though we won the first game, I was not that happy because I knew that I was not performing, that well, so we kind of talked about it during the feedback time as well. In Showmaker, we saw Darius hover in game number 1, and you were on camera, and you were like, you looked so relieved when they didn't lock it in. Well, when I saw Darius getting hovered, nothing came to my mind. We were just talking about something else. I think it was just the timing, We were not talking about Darius' pick. Yeah, we were not paying attention to that hover at all. And at the end of game number 1, you sold all of your items and you went for Rich Bean and all the attack speed, attack damage items in order to take down the Nexus. A little bit of a risky decision. Tell us about it. When I was going for the TP, I looked at the death timers. I was like, maybe I might not have enough time. So I just sold all my items and went for the attack speed items. You know, it was a very risky decision. Next time, I'm just gonna sell one item and just buy one, not the entire item. With that decision, you guys were able to close out the first game. And then game 2, Aphelios finally got its first win of the season up against Lucian Nami especially. What did Def say about it? Def, his Aphelios is really good. We didn't really know Aphelios was not doing well so far because we only just trusted in Def. And Kana, you know, you kind of showed us why your Renekton is so famous. With this win, your Renekton is so far 6-0, and you won 3 POGs on Renekton so far. How are you able to always win on Renekton? I think you have to, you know, play well in Renekton, but also Renekton expires, as you all know. You know, his late game is not that ideal, so it also is really important that your teammates plays well in order to, you know, close out the game before it reaches the late game. So round 1, you guys close out with 6-3 record. How do you look back at your first round robin, and how are we gonna prepare for the second round? I mean, the competition is really intense, and we're heading into round 2 right away. So we will keep working our best, and we will make sure to win more in the second round. Same. You know, we would like to take down teams that we actually got defeated in the first round. I really want to get our revenge, and also I hope we can perform better than the first round robin. Thank you very much for this interview, Kana and Showmaker. And before we go, your next opponent is Lip Sandbox. They are currently on 3rd place. I think Lip Sandbox, they are on the up and up. And you know, Birdo is in Lip Sandbox. I do not want to lose to Birdo. I hope I can tease him after beating him in that match. I think Lip Sandbox, they're performing like great. You know, they're just like on a great form. Looking at their lineup, you know, no one would have expected it before the season started. So I was really surprised by how well they perform. And you know, we are like friends, and we are all in a very similar age group. So when we communicate, we have a lot of fun. We're really close with each other, but still, it's a match. So we will make sure that we're gonna get a win up against Lip Sandbox. And this is gonna be it from Showmaker Kana, and back to the space. Thank you.